is up, bros? I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we are a couple of bros on a mission to give you guys the most detailed movie reviews out there with as little bias as possible. Welcome to the All Bros. This week on the podcast, we are going to be updating you guys in what we've been watching this week in our weekly watch segment. And then we are going to get right into our breakdown of Moana 2.
Yeah,
which I just saw today as of the day that we're recording. So
same here.
I am very fresh off of this. You saw it today?
Yeah.
I would have sworn I got that message from you that it was good last night.
No, I sent it this afternoon.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
No, dude, like literally, I just told you like a half hour ago, like, oh, I was going to watch the first one. My original plan was to watch this second one last night, but I decided to just push it to seeing it on $5 Tuesday and watch the first one again Monday night, but that didn't happen, and then just still saw Moana 2 today. So
okay, yeah, I just checked or double checked. I think I got it confused with a different message.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, but yeah. So we'll get right into that breakdown. But yeah. So with that, let's say we get right on into this.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Need motivation? Angry Dad Podcast. Trying to jumpstart your life? Angry Dad Podcast. You want help getting off the couch? Angry Dad Podcast. You need a verbal kick in the ass? Angry Dad Podcast. You want to hear from somebody who's been through it all? Angry Dad Podcast. I am here for you. You can find me on all podcast platforms.
Ooh, you know what I forgot to do?
What's that?
Upload the freaking slides. I knew I was missing something.
Oh shit.
I am freaking dumb.
Can you upload them once you started?
We're about to find out.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay. Phew.
But anyway, until that gets pulled up, you want to tell everyone what you been doing?
Yeah. So for me, for weekly watches, me and my buddy Ryan wanted to meet up and go to the movies since it been I think like a month or so since we met up outside of work. And so we decided to go see Gladiator 2, but before that I had never seen Gladiator. Just usually these kind of movies just aren't my thing. I don't know what it is. I'm not the biggest fan of. I have like Roman Empire, that kind of stuff. I mean shit looks really cool, but like 300, Gladiator, these kind of movies, they're just not my thing. But usually when I actually do watch them, I end up doing, oh my god, I end up enjoying them still. And it was the same case with both of these movies, honestly. First with Gladiator, I thought it was really good. Russell Crowe was amazing, as he always is. Russell Crowe is an amazing actor. But I was shocked to see a freaking young Joaquin Phoenix in here as the bad guy. And just as he is amazing as Joker, he is amazing in this movie. I think he stole the show from Russell Crowe.
Dude, dead ass.
But yeah, so the story was good. What freaking this guy went through, like, holy shit, like, damn, like, I don't, you know what, I'm just gonna, what, this movie came out 24 years ago. I'm gonna spoil it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, fair enough.
I won't spoil the sequel, but this one I think is fine. Just what he goes through for how, like, he's like at the top, the freaking the king is basically going to pass his mantle onto him, but then Joaquin Phoenix, his son, kills the king, and so it gets passed down to him. He basically Russell Crowe gets stripped of everything. His family is brutally murdered and then hanged for him to stumble upon, and just he is thrown in as a gladiator. All the shit that he has to go through, and then he dies a noble death at the end, like just after he kills Joaquin Phoenix's character. Like, holy shit. Like, goddamn.
Dude, I actually don't believe I've seen this movie all the way through before. Like
Really?
I've seen like bits and pieces of the beginning, and I've seen bits and pieces of the end. So I'm kind of left to fill in the middle.
All right.
But yeah, I've never quite watched it in its entirety.
I recommend it. I mean, are you a fan of these kind of movies? Roman Empire, Gladiator kind of stuff?
They're not my first choice of
Yeah.
movies to watch. I kind of have the same relationship with them that I do with like war movies. Like I'm not super big into war movie, even though that's like one of my favorite. This is how weird I am, dude. As much as I love watching or learning and reading about World War II or like any of the world wars or either of the world wars, probably any sometime soon. Uh, but once
He's not
I
wrong.
yeah, I'm very
Not gonna
interested in
argue.
learning about the world wars. I love learning about like the Romans, Spartans, like that type of era. I love the mythology of Greece and all that good stuff. But for whatever reason, the movies don't quite get me. Like even the
That's fair.
mythology movies don't really like spark an interest in me. Even though I'm super interested in the mythology, it's just the
Yeah.
movies themselves don't do it for me. So I don't know what it is, but I'm with you though. I enjoy it when I do watch it,
Yeah.
but they're never my go-to.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, yeah, like if it weren't for Ryan wanting to go see the sequel, I probably maybe I would have watched this years down the road. I don't know. But I'm glad I finally checked it out 24 years later. I It's crazy how many freaking awards this won though. Like freaking it swept the year it came out for the Oscars. Like
Oh yeah.
god damn. Um but yeah, no, good movie. Had a good time. The action was insane. Um lot of blood. A lot of blood. If you can't handle blood, don't watch these kind of movies because they are definitely raw. They definitely want you to know what it was like back then, which you know what I respect. But yeah, so for that, I feel Gladiator, these kind of movies should be seen on the big screen, so I'd give it a $5 Tuesday.
Fair.
So, and then after seeing this, went and saw Gladiator 2, like I said, with my buddy Ryan. And I had a really good time with this one. I think I might have actually liked it more than the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly. Yeah, the cast was fantastic. I forget the main guy's name. Uh, I feel bad. But Pedro Pascal is amazing. Oh my god, he's playing the Human Torch. Oh
Oh
god, I'm
shit.
horrible. Joseph Quinn.
Yep.
Yeah, so freaking him and his brother. I can't remember if they're twins, but him and his brother are now like the kings. I get. I'm saying the right term, right? Like, is it still kings in this era?
Yeah. Or it'd be like
Okay,
an emperor or something like that.
I think it is emperor.
Is it emperor?
But I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. I'm sure maybe someone will yell at us, be like, "Can't believe you got that wrong."
Yeah, whatever.
But like since it had been like so long since Maximus had died and all that stuff, like the Roman Empire is like still under it's not as free as everybody wants it to be. It's under very how do I want to say this?
It's ruled by
It's under
douchebags.
There we go. It's under a certain power that I'm not going to touch upon because don't want to talk about that kind of stuff here. But anyway, so it's under Joseph Quinn and his brother, and freaking both of them are like, one's more insane than the other, but the way that they rule is so entertaining. And I freaking loved both of their performances, especially and I feel bad for forgetting their names, but the brother that was not Joseph Quinn, he was freaking off the rails, and I loved him for it. Um, Denzel Washington was amazing as always. I mean, it's Denzel. Come on. And just, yeah, like the action was on point. Kept my attention from start to finish. Yeah, like really, really solid sequel. I mean, it's insane that it had been 24 years in between the this and the first one.
That's
But
freaking
yeah, no,
crazy.
I know, right? But they do a good job though at continuing the story, and I love that. Like, I mean, it's gonna be all confusing as hell if you haven't seen the first one. So, like, if you ever do plan on watching this one, do watch the first one because you're gonna be lost, man.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but
I was actually just about to ask you, like, how important is it that you watch the first?
very, for especially with the main character, yeah, you definitely want to know the past.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
but freaking the opening credits is like a retelling of the first one, and super cool. It looks badass. But like, like there's no like audio or anything. So like I understood it, Ryan understood it, but like I could think like anyone that's never seen the first one, they're just like, what the hell is going on?
Oh man, dude,
Oh
I'm so glad you said something because that's a movie, or this is a movie that Brielle's been wanting to watch for a while, and I want to take her to it, but yeah, okay, so good. I refresher course for everyone.
yeah, yeah. Because like I looked it up a couple days ago, a couple days before we were gonna go see it, and I'm just like, okay, do you need to see the first one? And someone pointed out, I got two answers. One's just like, oh no, like, like maybe just know like the characters from the first one. You'll be fine. And then the other one's just like, no, you need to understand where those characters came from, where that first one took them to, and why it sets up where these characters come into place. And yeah, it really does, because you're gonna be lost as all hell when you see some familiar faces and you're just like, who the fuck is that? Or
Okay,
I guess a familiar face. I think there was just one character that came back from the first one.
okay, cool. I'm so glad you said something about that because I would
Uh
have gone in and be like, "Yo, what?"
huh. But yeah, no, I'd give Gladiator 2 the same as the first $5 Tuesday. These are, for how like freaking amazing the set pieces are, the action, cool as hell. Like I feel these are movies that I don't say need to be like full price, but like at least see it on a big screen. Go for a $5 Tuesday.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's all I got though for a weekly watch. Caleb,
All
what you got?
right. So for those of you that didn't listen to last week, I've been knocking out Doctor Who. I'm finally caught up, a little ahead of schedule than I thought I was going to be. Listen, I thought I had more. I didn't realize the second season of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. I didn't realize that was going to be so short. And then the specials were also like a little over an hour long. So I knocked it out pretty quick. But yeah, so I finished that, and I am actually 100% caught up on Doctor Who now. I love the new guy that's playing him. I think he's one of the best, truly. Like his performance is so solid. I think that they're getting they're touching the line of being a little too preachy, but I think they walk that line fairly well. But just if you're going to go into it, just go in with that hesitation. But I don't think they've full blown crossed that line, other than the first special that with the return of Tenet. That special was very preachy, and I didn't care for it. After that, it was fine. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And so today, after we got back from seeing Moana, we were trying to find a movie, and I wanted to put something Christmassy on. So I turned on That Christmas, which just came out on the 4th. So this is literally as the day that we are recording. This is like 6 days old. And I didn't have the highest of hopes, but genuinely surprised. I think this is a very fun movie. I didn't quite finish it. I got probably 3/4 of the way through it. So the only reason I'm talking about it today is because of how much fun that first portion was.
Imagine if you ended up hating the ending, and you're
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh, dude!
next week,
Listen,
next
I'll
week you're
come
just
back.
like, just kidding, guys. He gets
Change
nothing
my
better to
mind.
do.
But no, this one's cool. Like, it shows Santa kind of go like, it's like begins with Santa kind of going crazy, and then it kind of sets up like these characters with like the kids and stuff, and how everyone's Christmas kind of goes off the wall.
Okay.
Like one kid, his mom and dad are separated, and so his dad's supposed to fly in to or is supposed to fly in for Christmas, ends up not being able to. So he's without his dad on Christmas. His mom works at a hospital, so she has to take off on Christmas Day. And so he's basically left alone for Christmas. And so Santa knows that he's dealing with that. Then they got really interesting stories. Then they got these twins. One of them's like really good and one of them's really naughty. And
All
so,
right.
and then Santa makes a mistake and accidentally leaves nothing for the good twin, but leaves the presents for the naughty twin.
Oh,
And then
no.
and then shit goes crazy there. And then there's another like a group of children where their parents were all going to a wedding, but then they like a blizzard comes and hits, and so their parents aren't able to get there for Christmas, like for Christmas morning, and like they end up like crashing their car and shit into like a snowbank and aren't able to they don't die.
Okay.
But no,
Oh.
they run their car off the road and are stuck, and like no emergency services are available and all this. So like they're basically like just chilling out in the van until like the next morning. And so the kids wake up to no parents, but Santa's left them like strategic gifts and
Huh.
like just to kind of help with their Christmas holiday and stuff. And super fun. Like this version of Santa's interesting.
All right.
But I've liked it I liked it a lot. Like I think it's very fun, definitely gets you in the Christmas spirit, and it's very funnily written. Like some of the jokes that are in this are fantastic.
All right. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm giving this a stream it. This is definitely one better to watch at home with the family. It doesn't need a big screen, but still definitely worth checking out. Yeah, so that's all I got. Anything else for you on Weekly Watch?
No. Well, I mean, just speaking of watching, I can't remember. Did I talk to you about that new Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs trailer? Did I mention that at all to you? Did we talk
Bro,
about that?
I watched it.
Dude, if you I don't know if Pinocchio was ever going to be a theatrical release, but it was a good call putting that on Disney Plus. I don't know who the hell thought that this should have been released in theaters or made it all, personally.
True. They rough.
They're so bad.
They're so fugly, dude.
Oh my gosh.
There was no world where accurate looking dwarves were going to work.
No. Not at all.
Oh man.
Oh.
And they're trying to mimic some of the shit that like the dwarves did in the OG, like with Dopey having the diamonds on his eyes, and like I'm like, dude, don't.
I swear, dude, they're gonna freaking, and it's gonna look so weird. They're gonna have Bashful doing the classic, oh gosh, with his beard.
No.
That's gonna look so. Oh god, that's gonna look so bad. That's gonna be nightmare fuel. I'm calling it when Bashful does that.
Probably. Dude, I'll even say this. I don't even think the mirror looks good.
No, it doesn't.
Like, I know that they were going for like super accurate, like a 1-for-1. It didn't work. I don't know how the hell they made it so it didn't work, but it did not work.
Oh man, dude, I project one of the biggest flops in Disney history. I'm calling it right now.
That would not surprise me.
I will be shocked in its opening weekend if it opens with above a 2 in front of it.
Above a 2?
Yeah, so like if it gets above 20 million in its opening weekend, I'm going to be very shocked.
Bold. But I also don't disagree.
So we're calling it right now on the All Bros. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, when it opens in March, is not going to make over $20 million. Okay, it's not going to make like 30 million and above. It's going to be in the 20 million range for opening weekend.
Okay. What's the budget for it?
Oh boy, it's pretty high, I think, for how many like reshoots they had to do. Let's see, Snow White 2000. Why did it say 2024?
Listen, I'll even make this bold of a claim. If it makes over, like, what would be a reasonable number? 40 or 50?
Yeah.
Like, would 50 be like an outstanding box office?
Probably. Like, but I don't know, because the budget is, I mean, the budget's pretty high.
What was the budget?
Between 240 and 269 million.
Oh, damn. They're so screwed.
Yeah. So screwed.
All right. What's a super average opening weekend?
For I don't know, it depends on what movie you're thinking. Because like if you're like Disney, an average would be about 50 million. You like, the goal is always, especially if it's like a movie coming out around the holidays, it's a known property, like your goal would be like 100 million and above.
Right.
And so yeah, like with like other movies, like average would probably be I would say like 30 to 40 million for an opening.
Okay. How about this? If it ends up making over 40 on its opening weekend, we will break it down.
I hate you.
Do you want to up it to 50? Like, we can up it to 50.
Yeah, can we?
Okay. So if it makes above $50 million on its opening weekend only,
not total,
opening weekend only, we will suffer through that movie for you guys. Otherwise, we will probably just wait for it to come to streaming, and also probably wait for a period of time where we have nothing else to do.
that will be the biggest I refuse to see it any other day but $5 Tuesday movie I've ever seen.
It's like I'll be hitting them with coupons. I am not putting any money towards this goddamn
Dude,
movie.
freaking whenever Cinemark, as I'm checking out, like if I'm doing it on $5 Tuesday, they're just like, oh, do you want to use your movie credit? I'm like, no, why do I want to use a movie credit on a freaking $5 Tuesday movie? Like, no, I'm gonna save that for when I go to freaking see either a late night or an XT showing.
Yeah, no joke. But yeah, we can make that claim. So
Okay.
that'll be the deal. If it makes above 50, or did we say 50 or do we stick with 40? 45?
Yeah, sure. Let's meet in the middle. Meet in the middle. 45.
All right. I'm going to make a note of that. So if Snow White makes above 45 mil opening weekend, we have to break it down.
Oh no.
When does Snow White open?
March something. Let's find out. Where's the release date? March 21st.
March 21st. Okay. So yeah, we will get back to you guys. So that's March 21st.
Wait.
Oh, so by the time we record on the 25th, that will be like the result. What?
Hold the freaking phone. No.
What?
No. Do you know who the director is?
Who?
Mark Webb.
Mark Webb.
The guy that did the 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no. Why, Mark? Why? How did you get suckered into that?
Disney money, man.
Does that mean we're getting Amazing Spider-Man 3? Was that his deal?
Was that the trade? Oh no.
Because I'll accept those terms.
Yeah. So if Snow White comes out the 21st, we will be able to come back. When does like the technical opening weekend stop? Does that end Sunday?
Yeah, so it'd be the 21st through the 23rd.
Okay. So we record on the 25th that week. So we will be able to come back like immediately. Yeah. Oh, or if we're ballsy enough.
No.
If it makes over the 45, then we record Snow White on the 25th. Like whatever the episode is. So like that episode would get released March 31st. Mm-hmm. So whatever March 31st is, like whatever that episode is, will be like basically the results of our little bet that we
yeah
made.
Okay. Oh no, gosh,
dude, how much are you gonna stress if it's like sitting at 44 when you go to sleep Sunday night?
Thankfully, well, I mean, I guess not thankfully, because I literally, it's like the thing that I look forward to every single Sunday, Movie Math with Grace Randolph. And so by usually Sunday morning, like mid-morning, early afternoon, they actually will know how it's going to end up. Like they're really good at projecting that kind of shit. So like I'll be sure to text you Sunday by probably noon your time.
I'm gonna I fully expect to get cussed out that day.
You son of a bitch.
Oh man. That will be fun. That will be just now that we've got a bet, at least there's something worth looking forward to when it comes to that movie.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh man.
Holy shit. All right.
Well, let's say we get into this week's breakdown.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. All Alrighty, like we said, this week we will be breaking down Moana 2. It's not a Christmas movie, but we're in the Christmas spirit right now, so that's why we got the Christmas theme going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say that we said that we were doing a Christmas movie this week, and I swear we said that we were doing Moana 2. I thought.
Yeah. I don't know. I just with all the other movies that we were doing, like I don't think Sonic 3 is going to end up being a Christmas movie.
Hey, you never know.
I know. Like you may be surprised there. But yeah, I mean, we got freaking Moana, we got Craven next week, and then we're doing Sonic sometime after.
Yeah.
Like to be determined.
Yes.
But yeah, like no Christmas movies this year.
Yeah.
Last year we had some good movies. I think we did a couple new ones.
Yeah, I think we did. I mean, dude, honestly, the only Christmas movies that I can think of that came out this year in theaters were Red 1 and wasn't it The Best Christmas Pageant Ever or something like that? Yeah, that's all I can think of. I heard one sucked and the other was actually decent. Like it was good. So
I'm assuming Red 1 sucked.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've heard like critics destroyed it, but
Man, critics can go shove it up their ass.
No, I know, but then like audience were just like, oh, it wasn't that bad. But freaking so Sammy was telling me that her company was having a holiday party and they were showing a movie at Megaplex, and so they brought all the employees to Megaplex, and they were going to show a Christmas movie. She was telling me, I pray that it is not Red 1.
Was that today?
No, this was a couple weeks ago.
What movie was it?
It was Elf, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, the sigh of relief.
Right. It would have been so funny if it was Red 1.
You just hear a collective, God damn it. Coming from
I get a Snapchat from her. This is bullshit.
Oh, man. Ugh. All right. Well, if you are new to our breakdown system, we have split movies into 8 different categories that we individually score to come to a final All Bros letter grade. The 8 categories that we score are story, writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and we give it our own personal score. With this being an animated movie, though, we will be replacing effects with animation, and then costumes will be replacing with character design. So with that, if you have not seen Moana 2, spoilers ahead. And I think this is one that could be easily spoiled.
Yes. Like, yeah. I'm glad that I didn't see any clips online before I went and saw. It's the only thing that and I swiped really fast on TikTok from it was someone was showcasing the villain song, but I've never swiped faster in my life.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have any interest in seeing this one, we would press pause because we are going to be getting into spoiler territory here.
Yes.
So if you listen beyond this point, on the other hand, and anything spoiled for you, it's your own damn fault.
Yeah. Damn right.
Yeah. So we will be posting that spoiler warning now. You have been properly warned.
I'm just going to... Oh, sorry.
Huh?
No, I was going to say I'm going to apologize right now if I mess up some of these names.
Dude, when I was watching this, I'm like, this Reading with Rose is going to be incredible.
Screw you, man. Sure, we don't want to turn it into a Reading with Caleb type of week.
Not with this movie.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, that brings us to our favorite segment that we like to call Reading with Rose.
All right. 3 years after her adventure with the demigod Maui and the island goddess Tafiti, Moana spends her days exploring other islands near her home island of Motunui. In the hope of finding people connected to the ocean. In a vision, her ancestor, Tatua Vasa, reveals why none of those people people are connected anymore. The malicious storm god Nalo wanted power over the mortals, so he sunk a legendary island called Matafitu. Yeah. Which connected all islands down to the depths of the ocean. To Tau, Tau, you know what? I'm just gonna say it how I think it is. Tau. Yeah. Further warns that the people of Matanui will go extinct in the future if Moana cannot find a way to raise Matafitu. She assembles a crew of people from Matanui: clever craftswoman Loto, historian and Maui fanboy Moni, and grumpy elderly farmer. So it says Kiki, but I'm seeing like in cast listing it's Keely, I think.
I couldn't tell you his name for the life of me.
Let me double check.
Like even with it in the movie, dude. Like
No, dude,
I
I was the same way. Where's the cast list?
I was so bad with names.
Yeah, yeah, on the cast list it says it's Keely. So
Okay, I go with Keely.
Yeah.
Just assume
Yeah.
Wikipedia's wrong.
Yeah. So grumpy elderly farmer Keely, alongside her pet pig and rooster, Pua and Hey, to follow the path of a meteor across the ocean towards Matafitu. It's Matafitu, right? Not Motufitu?
Yeah.
Okay. I love how I said like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna say it how I think it is. Yeah. Meanwhile, Maui is seeking Motufitu himself since he had a previous quarrel with Nalo, but he is captured by Nalo's enforcer Matangi. Sure, Matangi. Maui is reluctant to contact Moana as he fears she may not survive if she comes to help. Moana and her crew are captured by the Kakamora, a tribe of savage coconut-like pirates previously encountered by Moana, who reveal that Nalo's actions against Motufitu had caused them to be disconnected from their home island. One member of the Kakamora, Kotu, helps the crew paralyze a gargantuan monster clam inside of which is Matangi's lair. I really hope I don't have to say that word again, but I probably will have to.
Yeah, a few times.
God damn it. While the crew finds Maui, Moana meets Matangi and learns that she is not happy serving Nalo. She helps Moana escape and reunite with Maui and her friends before sending them to where Nalo is. Maui warns that Nalo's realm is deadlier compared to the mortal realm and that fighting him will spell certain death for mere mortals. Nalo's monsters ambush the group, damaging their raft and washing them ashore on an isolated island. Moana begins to despair, but Maui encourages her to keep on going. With Moana revitalized, the group plans to have Maui raise the island so that Moana can touch it, as that is the only way to restore Motufitu and stop Nalo. Her crew repairs her raft, but when the group ventures forth to confront Nalo, they encounter a gigantic storm. Moana, realizing that Nalo is trying to stop the humans from breaking the curse, asks Maui to lift the island enough for her to touch it. As Maui begins to pull up the island with his giant hook, Nalo strips Maui of his demigod status with a lightning bolt. Moana, in a moment of desperation, dives into the ocean to touch the island underwater. Just as Moana succeeds, Nalo's lightning bolt kills her. Maui jumps in after her body and with a magical chant summons the spirits of Tatui, Vasa, and Moana's ancestors, including her grandmother Tala, who help revive her as a demigoddess, with Moana gaining a Wayfinder's tattoo. Maui, having also regained his powers as a demigod, finally raises Motufitu and helps Moana reconnect the people with the ocean. The crew returns home to Matanui, leading a flotilla of the peoples of the ocean, and a celebration is held in Moana's honor. In a mid-credit scene, Nalo plans his revenge and is about to punish Mataji for helping Moana when the giant crab Tamatoa arrives to join his cause.
Oh man, that was a mouthful.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Oh man, dude, this was so good.
It was. Yeah, I don't get the hatred. I really don't. People are calling this a bad sequel. No, this is a very good sequel.
A very good sequel. Dude, this got me hit, like it freaking hit my heartstrings something awful a few times.
Dude, same here. like, yeah, like, first of all, Moana's little sister, oh my gosh, she was so adorable.
Oh my dude, I would die for her. I
Uh,
love when Maui got to Montanui and she immediately freaking grabs his ear and he's like, "Yep, that's the one."
so great.
Oh, she was so freaking cute. And but dude, like this story was rock solid. Like I wasn't sure where they were going to go with this cuz it's just like, all right, you've kind of like all right, like where are we going here? Like
Yeah,
you've
no,
restored Tafiti and like I didn't even think or like consider that there would be like other gods and stuff. Uh
I didn't either, and I can't remember if they touched upon in the first one with there being other, um, like other people out there, like other tribes. Um,
I don't know if they did.
yeah, so like I think that's a great idea for a sequel, and how because if they don't discover that, that will literally kill
Montanui.
Montanui. Thank you. Um, and literally that will just be the end of their story. Um, the fact that it's Moana has to listen to this call from the ancestors and bring not only her tribe together but try to find all these other ones is really solid story. And I love that this time she didn't go alone. Like don't get me wrong, I love that the first one is just Moana and Maui, like love that, but I loved the three additions that they had when it came to the team, because all of them were great. um
Yeah. Dude, you know what this like the vibe it gave me? It was like the same vibe that I got from Buzz's team in Lightyear.
yeah, that's true.
Like that's just like the total vibe that I got from everyone. And it was so much fun. Like you got your cranky elder, you got like your super excited like smart person. You got your big imbecile. and then
Yeah.
and then your main like leader obviously being Moana. Like it's so much fun, dude. It was
It
so much
was.
fun. And I love
uh
that um I love that his or her team is the one that ran into Maui first. Like I thought that was
yeah, that was.
such a creative little snippet and
Yeah.
that it was Hey Hey that gave it away that it was Moana.
Just I loved watching, oh gosh, forget his name. um Sorry, one second.
Is it the fanboy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Moni. I
Moni.
loved him freaking just, yeah, fanboying over Maui. Freaking like already had all those drawings ready. And freaking when the tinkerer, or let's call her, I forget her name too, I'm sorry. Loto, how she is able to create a new sail once shit kind of hits the fan. And Moana's just like, oh yeah, thank you so much. And she's like, don't thank me, thank freaking
Moni.
freaking Moni for having all these drawings ready to go.
Dude, that was freaking perfect. I love that like Maui finally got like the person he was expecting to save him from the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, but that
Oh
was so good. And oh man, like I loved it, dude. Like the story was so much fun. It made sense. It felt like it had
it
genuine stakes to it.
it did. Like, especially because like you pointed out with the first one, there was didn't seem like there was a lot of places that you could go. And the fact that this was a Disney Plus series at first, but then they decided, we have a solid enough story here that I think that we can actually make this into a full blown sequel. And absolutely agree. I think this was the best call that they could have made. Um, and so most sequels, I feel they can be hit and miss.
Yeah.
And some don't do a great job of continuing the story. They usually are just doing the sequels to one, make more money, and also so you can see these characters you love. This was one of those sequels that, like, personally, it's not like one of the greatest sequels I've ever seen, but it has a good story. You see a lot of familiar faces. Like, I freaking smiled hard when Moana and Maui got reunited. Love seeing those characters together again.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and so, like, the story to me, while not as strong maybe as the first one, um, it's still a worthy follow up to that one. It's still a very solid, good sequel, story wise. Um, just yeah, like I agree with Caleb. Don't really have any problems. Just yeah, it's really solid story. Solid story for a sequel. Like bravo. Like this is how you do a continuation.
Yeah. Like they tied in enough of the first that was super fun. Like when they brought the Kakamora back in, I was like, dude, I loved these guys. And
I just I
oh,
love sorry. Before, like like they he's oh my god, I'm gonna get these names. Um Moni, before like he tells the story of what they're seeing. Like, they pull it up and he's just like, oh yeah, that's just fan fiction. That's
that was so good. Oh man. Yeah,
there's also another line that I'll point out with writing, but I'm just like, I really liked that fourth wall break. That was good.
dude, I love the Kakamora like in this. And dude, when that one that was with him, what was his name? Kotu. When he freaking cut the
Yep,
rope,
Kotu.
I was like, yo, this is going hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was insane.
dude, I love that. Like, because like you didn't know, like, or he didn't, like, no one knew. Like, they just thought that they were going to get 8. Like, no one freaking knew that that was going to happen. Like, he sacrificed himself and this freaking like band of like basically incompetent people for the sake of his whole um of his people. And I'm like, mad respect, bro.
Yeah. True that.
Dude, and also the freaking poison, hilarious.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it was the freaking I love that they were trying to like explain the situation to Moana and the team, and they're like limp. And so they're all being like held up by the Kokomora. And I thought that was so funny. And then the freaking like slime of that creature and the snot of it were both the antidote and the the poison.
The toxin, whatever.
Yeah, I love that, dude. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh man, like I loved when it sneezed, and anytime it got one of the Kakamora, they just like they freeze and just drop. Oh, that was so funny, so freaking funny. And then I found the bat lady. What was her name?
The Matanji?
Yeah, I found her little story and like her connection to Moana to be super interesting.
Yes. Definitely.
Like I was afraid that she was going to be just like some other like stereotypical bad guy, which it seems
Honestly,
like the
same.
only no.
Sorry, I was waiting for her to freaking like turn against Moana. Be like, ha, psych, not helping you.
Yeah, I'm so
But I'm
glad
glad
that
that
it
didn't
didn't go.
happen.
Yeah, it was it was kind of like another like mini Tafiti twists.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
that's a good way to
love
put it.
that. I like that
Yeah.
Nalo is the only one that that has like that stereotypical like bad guy vibe that I just hate humans. Like
Yeah.
I hope they come up with a good reason for him to hate humans. And
I
it's
hope so
not
too.
just like he just feels like he's been that they're beneath him or some bullshit like that. Like I want
Yeah.
him to have like a genuine reason to hate.
No, I agree. Um, I'll bet you money that they'll announce Moana 3 either early by the end of this year or early next year for how successful the sequel was, or honestly still is. Freaking 600 million in less than a month.
Yeah,
Like
that's like
Moana
crazy.
3 is inevitable. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, and they set it up flawlessly. Like here,
Mm.
it's like, all right, now we know where it can go from here.
Yeah.
So I'm super glad that they were able to pull that off, because like we said with the first, it's just like, okay, where do we go?
Yeah.
And I don't think the teaser did this movie justice whatsoever.
Yeah, I would agree. Like it wasn't bad. Like none of the trailers I feel were bad.
No. It's just
But
like they were so vague.
yeah, which I mean, personally now after seeing it, that might have been a good thing because I liked walking into this movie and being as surprised as I was for how the story unfolded. So, because I can appreciate the marketing team for that.
Yeah. Dude, making Moana a demigoddess, stroke of genius.
That was so freaking badass. Oh, freaking when her tattoo appeared, I'm just like, oh hell yeah,
Like, this
that is
is
awesome.
dope. I was curious how they were going to handle Maui, though. Like, I was, because when his tattoos disappeared, I was like, okay, like, here we go.
Yeah,
So
that
is
was
Moana going to be the one to raise the island, or? But yeah, I think they handled that freaking beautifully. I wish they would have been a little bit more clear about what her abilities were.
that's fair. Hopefully they touch more upon that in the third one.
Yeah, because it seemed like all she did was she stuck her oar in the water, and then it just kind of lit a pathway.
Yeah,
And I'm like, okay, cool. She was already navigating by the stars, though.
true. So like she's got to have some more perks now that she's a demigod, right? Like, come on.
Yeah. Like, is the ocean a little bit better or like easier to control or something like that? Like, does she not need the wind?
Like, we got some questions here.
Yeah, but giving her just like a super magicked out oar was awesome.
Yeah,
Just
love it.
perfection. Absolute perfection. I'm so glad that they did that.
Same here.
But yeah, dude, like this was very well paced. Like
It was.
there were like no real slow moments, and I feel like the moments that I would have normally considered slow, they were able to make seem faster paced than they were.
No, that's fair. Like, when it comes to the first one, love the first one. I feel one moment that I feel like maybe the movie just slows down a little bit, and maybe it's just because I don't love the song, is when we're introduced to shit, what's the crab's name again? To
Oh, in the first,
yeah,
Tamatoa.
Tamato, thank you. When we're introduced to him and they do the whole shiny song, the movie kind of slows down and stops for me a little bit. Maybe it's just 'cause I don't love that scene or that song. Whereas with this movie, kind of the like back in a cave, got the villain song going on. Maybe it's just because I liked her song better than his. At no point did it feel like, oh, okay, like the movie's taking a halt for me. Can we pick it back up again? Like let's start this ride back up again. But it didn't feel
Oh,
that way in the second one.
dude, her song was sick.
It,
Easily
yeah,
my favorite of the movie.
I can't decide which my favorite one was, but I mean, shows that this actually was a very good soundtrack.
Oh yeah, super solid soundtrack. The only one that I feel felt short was Maui's new song. I did
Which is
not
really
care
funny
for it.
because I actually really liked Maui's song.
Yeah, which we'll get into later. But
Yeah.
just getting into it. Story-wise, though, this was really well paced. It was really well told. Super interesting story. I'm probably sitting in the 90s with this one.
Oh damn.
Yeah, like I didn't have any real issues with the story.
All right.
Like I'm probably like 92. It was I feel it was that strong of a story.
I think I'm just gonna be a little bit below you. I'm sorry, I can't crack 90s fully. But like I'm like right there. So you know what? For how much I like the story, I'm gonna go an 89.
Fair enough. All right, next up we got writing, which this is the one that I struggled getting into the 90s. So like straight out of the gate, I'm at like an 89 with this one.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, don't get me wrong, the writing was really well done. It helped with the story. I do feel like some of the dialogue was a little on the blander side in some cases.
No, I can totally get behind that. I feel well, I mean, one line that I just like I was talking about earlier about the fourth wall break, and I loved it. And it's when Maui says, he says like something about like, oh, go get him, like curly, my curly haired princess or some shit like that. And she's like, I'm not a princess. And freaking his tattoo looks looks at the
Yeah.
I'm just like, hat, that was good. That was a good fourth wall break.
That was
It's true.
that was a super solid fourth wall break. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I was thinking of the when he was talking, being like, "Are you sure that the gods didn't just like butt dial you?" And then he like turns to the team and he's like, "That's gonna be funny in like 2,000 years."
Or freaking the old guy. I feel bad for just calling him that, but when he says, you know, Maui looks like when, you know, Maui's wrapped up in, I don't know exactly what that was, but he's like, you look like a kidney stone. Now he's just like, well, you look like someone would actually know what that is.
Yeah, there were definitely some solid one-liners.
No, definitely. But no, I'm with you. The writing's definitely not as solid as the story. So you know, I'll just say my writing score right now as well. I'm give writing an 86. So, but like I don't know, like there was never a moment whether it came from, I mean, you know, because like some of these characters are brand new, so you know, like we can't compare to what they would say in the first one. But like when it came to anything that came out of Moana's mouth, Maui's mouth, the chief, his wife, like none of it sounded out of place for the characters. So I will say I do appreciate that. Like they didn't try to freaking like do a 360 on any of these characters. Which I really appreciated. I love that Maui had to point out that you know, Moana was wearing a different outfit in this movie, and he's just like, and I've been wearing a grass skirt for thousands of years. He's like, I
think it
wish
would
you
have
would have
been,
told us about the costume change.
yeah, I think it would have felt weird had they put him in anything else.
True.
Like Moana makes sense. She has like a higher title in her village.
Yeah.
So it like the costume change tracks.
Yeah. And it looked great. I loved her new costume.
Oh yeah, it was so good. But yeah, writing was solid.
Yeah.
All right, moving on over to acting. Oh, I'm gonna butcher her name so bad.
Don't worry, I still do too. I think it's Alihi.
Alihi
Yeah.
Cravalho.
Crava-
Cravalho.
Cravallo.
Oh, man.
Alihi Cravallo. I think that's how you say it.
Okay, cool. She voiced Moana.
It's like, not going to try that again.
Yeah. We got Dwayne Johnson, who came back to voice Maui. Oh, good Lord.
Dude, how do you think I felt typing these out?
We got Hualale Chung, who voiced Moni. Rose Matafeo, who voices Loto. David Fain, who voices Keely. Oh, god damn it. Khaleesi Lambert, who voices Simia, which is Moana's younger sister. Little sis.
Those moments were so cute. Big sis, little sis. Oh my gosh, my heart.
Ahime Fraser, who voices Matangi. Easily my new favorite character of this.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Same here.
Like, obviously not counting the Kukumori or Mora. I freaking love those little guys. Then we got Timora Morrison, who is Chief Tui. Nicole Scherzinger, who voices Cena. Rachel House, who voices Grandma Tala. And that's it. Yeah. So I have a feeling our top three is going to look pretty similar.
Probably, but hey, you might. Bleh, I might surprise you. So number one, Alihi Carvalho. Once again, she's incredible as this character. I love her so much as this character. And I know with the animated show or the Disney Plus series that they were doing, they had different voices for Moana and Maui. And like, I feel bad.
Bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they just didn't want to pay Alihi and Dwayne to come back for a series. And I feel bad that the two actors that played them in the series lost out to jobs to these two, but I'm sorry. No one else can play Moana and Maui, especially Moana. Like Alihi Carvalho, I love her so much. Like I said, in this role, and once again, she was incredible. Just she hits every single beat that she needs to with this voice, from the emotional parts to the freaking singing. Just everything is incredible with her. So easily number one.
Yeah, totally agree.
Number two, Dwayne Johnson. He was fantastic coming back as Maui. Unlike Caleb, I liked his new song. But yeah, no, he was just fantastic. I remember with the first one, it took me a minute to get used to his voice coming out of Maui, like just because he really doesn't disguise his voice, and like sometimes that's fine with an actor, but like sometimes that's all you can hear. But thankfully with this one, because with the first one, that's what I needed to get used to. That I didn't see The Rock at all. All I saw was Maui, so that was great. But yeah, no, he was fantastic, and just it made me smile so hard seeing these two reunite on screen. It made sense for the story, but it would have been cool if they would have reunited earlier. But story wise and what they told made complete sense. So I was totally fine with it.
Yeah. A total side note. What do you think of how he looks for the live action?
Oh, I'm one. I don't understand why they want to do a Moana live action when the movie, the first one, is not even a decade old. Like,
no joke, dude.
Like, at least with How to Train Your Dragon, that's like at least that's a decade. Like that I can understand that one.
Yeah, and we're pretty well separated from the last one to come out too.
That's true, yeah, because that one came out in what, like 2018?
Yeah, when's the live action Moana supposed to come out?
I think next year no, I think it's 2026.
Let me see.
Yeah, maybe if you want to double check.
Are they just calling that shit Moana?
Probably.
Shit. Yeah, 2026.
Okay.
So 2-year.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, wait. So if it's in 2026, then that means that it will come out the year that Moana officially turns 10 years old then.
Still too soon, dude.
Yeah, I agree. And though, like, I know that they're trying, and I'm sure Dwayne Johnson is really trying to make Maui work in live action, but I'm not digging it. Like, maybe when I actually see footage of it, but the behind the scenes, it's not working for me.
Yeah. This kind of feels like a bit of a money grab on The Rock's part.
It does. Honestly, you know what? I know he wants to say screen accurate, but in this instance, I'd be fine if Maui was bald because he does not look good with that wig.
Ugh. I'm pulling it up again because it is. I love that I have to specify the live action. I don't think the wig is the worst part.
All right, what is the worst part?
I couldn't tell you. It's like, I don't know, like everything.
Fair.
Like I mean, if they're going for like a screen accurate portrayal, they're doing a lot of shit here, and I know why they're doing it too. I don't feel like they were able to like hide hit like the seam on the suit well enough, so that's why they gave Maui
Fair.
bracers.
Yeah, that's fair.
The necklace is off. Like with him, it's like it has like different teeth, shark teeth and whatnot. Like his necklace here, it looks like it's all the same creature. Like it's very symmetric, and I'm like, no, Maui's necklace is not symmetric like that.
Yeah.
The tattoos too. Like the tattoos like stop like at the elbow. And I'm like, no, he's got tattoos going all the way down to his wrists.
Yeah.
It's goofy. And I'm like, and The Rock wasn't big enough on his own. You needed to throw him in a muscle suit.
Yeah, no, like seriously. Like the arguably the most jacked man that I've ever seen still has to wear a muscle suit.
Yeah. And also his skirt is too long.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like listen, I'm not calling for like booty shorts or nothing, but his leaves should not be going past his knees. Like they should be like mid thigh, like boxing uh oh, not boxing shorts. Boxing shorts are long. Like UFC shorts where they're like above the knee. Like that I don't know.
Yeah.
I
No,
the
I
whole
can agree
movie
with that.
feels cash grabby, and I don't care
Oh,
for that.
100%. I don't either. I'll tell you what live action movie I'm actually interested in, and they better not F it up because this Disney movie I hold near and dear to my heart, Lilo and Stitch.
Dude,
Like,
they are walking a fine line, and they've been doing good so far. They've
yeah,
been doing good so far.
the design of Stitch is great. You got the original voice back, who also directed the original movie. Yeah, like so, and the little girl they picked for Lilo, she looks adorable. So yeah, like so far you're on the right track, Disney. Please don't F it up. Please.
Stick the landing, bitches.
This is the one live action movie. You already messed it up for me with Pinocchio. This is the last live action movie you get from me before I'm just like, no, F you. Like Pinocchio and Lilo and Stitch, way up there with me for classic Disney films. And so, yeah, if you F up Lilo and Stitch, we're done. We are
Yeah.
done.
Done. Shit. All right. Anyway, getting back to acting. What? Who's your number? Because I agree with you on number 2.
Okay.
It was very close though. He was
Yeah.
very close to getting booted from 2.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
Number 3, I think we're gonna be different. Because I would give number 3 to Moni.
Dude, you are so on point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's my number 3, and like
Really? Oh, I thought
he almost pushed Dwayne off of 2.
that's fair. Oh, dude, I thought you were gonna give it to what's her name?
Matangi.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna give it to her.
Listen, she's a close number 4,
Yeah,
but I don't think she was in it enough to outshine him.
that's fair. No, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, freaking amazing job. Like watching him fanboy over Maui, it was just hilarious. And like freaking how psyched he was to join Moana. It was great. He did a great job. Like definitely my favorite addition to the sequel.
Yeah, dude, I think the only bit like that he was going or that he was doing that I didn't think he quite sold was when he was talking about how Moana needed like a big, strong person to be on the team and all that while he was throwing a log over his shoulder. Shit.
Yeah.
Like his voice just sounded like he was implying it should be him. And I was like, yes, it should be, but like the way that he was so surprised when she's just like, yeah, you, and he's like, I think he should have played it off as a little bit more sarcastic, like, oh, what, me, I could, let's go.
That would
Like,
have been fantastic.
yeah,
Like freaking pull a freaking Glinda. Like, come with me. I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this cast was so good.
It was so good. You know, everyone did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone like blew me out of the water or anything.
That's fair. Yeah, I can definitely agree with you there.
Yeah, I'm a little more of the above average on this one. Like I'm probably sitting at like an 86. Like I said,
Really? I thought.
I don't think anyone blew me out of the water.
Yeah.
It like everyone's performance was good. It fit the tone. I don't think anyone was trying to outshine the other. Like it felt good. Like very consistent across the board.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm at an 86. Just
Okay.
a point higher than my above average grade.
No, that's fair. I think I'm just gonna be just a little above you, just by 1 point. Um, actually, no. Ali Gravalho pushes me up just a little bit, so I'm gonna go an 88.
Fair. All right, next up we got character development, which obviously we need to do this one off of Moana. And I think like there's just the team as a whole could work, but I think Moana was gosh, this is where I had a hard time with this cuz Moana was very consistent throughout.
True.
I don't think she had a whole lot of growth either which way other than kind of becoming a teacher. Like
Yeah, that's a good
she
point.
was accepting of this new title like very willingly. She was excited to take this new challenge on, like happy, more than happy to help her her island or her village and everything. And so I think the only piece of real growth that she got was from that song of Matangi's, who said just that she needed to look at things in a different way. And so I think that kind of
Yeah.
helped her like picture like, oh, there's more than one way to get to the island when she went diving for it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so I think this is probably one of the weaker points of the movie. Like it was still good.
Yeah, no, it definitely it didn't change who she was from the first one into the second one, and it just yeah, she definitely stayed at a she mostly stayed at a stay still. I don't know. I know there's a word I'm searching for. I don't know what it is. and we got just a little bit of growth, but I agree with you. It's definitely one of the weaker aspects of the movie.
Yeah. This one, I don't think it quite cracked 80s for me. Like I'm probably a 79.
Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna match you there. Definitely.
Yeah, unfortunately. Like this was more story driven than it was like character driven.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is totally fine. I mean, you gave us pretty
Yeah.
decent development with the first. It's just
True.
so I mean, it happens. It definitely happens.
Definitely.
All right, moving on over to animation.
Oh. All right. I'm curious how the animation looked in the show, or how it was going to look compared to this, because animation was just as incredible as the first one.
I would actually disagree with you on that.
Really? I thought it was at the same level.
I don't think it was.
Really?
Listen. Quality wise, yes. Like I think it was very consistent with the first. But the first movie had a lot of like very like just eye-popping scenes. Like I'm thinking of when she's like walking to Tafiti, like after
Yeah.
the ocean's like basically been broken, and she's walking in like that slow motion with all the water above her, like that epic scene.
That was
And I felt
bad.
like they had a couple of those throughout the movie. Like they had a few of those like really epic, like grand scenery shots.
Yeah.
I think they missed out on giving us some of those.
All right. Fair enough.
Like there was one that I was really looking forward to seeing. I don't know where I saw it. It might have been in a trailer or something. But it was like while her boat and everything was going up a wave, and then it looked freaking magical. But and I was so ready for that, like once the final confrontation was happening, and we didn't get that.
Mm.
And then like I think you could have had like the same deal, like some really cool slow motion shots with like the lightning, like when they're like looking at the storm.
That's fair, because I mean they friggin' had the lightning slow mo when she first gets hit at her village.
Yeah, I mean that was all right. I think they could have done better, like at least given us a cooler looking thing about it, because it was just so we just see the lightning like coming through the roof, and then that was kind of it. And
Fair
then
enough.
it was like coming at her, I guess, too. But
Yeah.
I think we could have gotten something else. Like I think it would have been cool to like have it like panned out from like I think you could have had like the hut that they were in, have it panned out so you can kind of see everyone gathered. Still, like you still see Moana and the chief like sitting across from each other or and whatnot. But maybe
Yeah.
she's a little bit more centered in the shot, and then just like you could have had the slow motion of the lightning coming through the roof,
Ooh.
like with freaking slow mo rain and everything. That I think that like missed opportunity there.
That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I think there was just a few of those epic shots that were missing. But the quality wise, like while everything was in motion, like all that, the quality was there.
Yeah.
It just didn't blow me away like the first one did.
That's
And
fair. But
still does. Like I still
yeah.
like chills whenever Moana's walking through the water like that. I'm like, oof.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, the freaking everything with the water in this one and the first one is still amazing what they do in this one. But I think maybe it's just because it's a bigger boat now. Whenever they would have to, like maneuver with sailing, like like ropes going this way, pushing the whatever the hell steering wheel, I guess, steering whatever that certain way. It just looked a lot more freaking cooler, in my opinion, than the first one. Probably because it was a lot bigger of a ship, and so you had to have a lot more moving parts. So I will give a little bit of points to the animation for that. When it came to like sailing, I think this movie looked just a little cooler.
Fair. Yeah, like my critiques on it don't really diminish from the quality too much, at least
Yeah.
points wise.
Hmm.
It's more just a critique on the movie. I wish that they would have had more of those epic sceneries.
That's fair.
Like I'm trying to think of one that would have looked really cool. Like I think definitely they should have had one where it was like you could see the face in the clouds, like on that storm.
Oh yeah, that would have looked awesome.
Yeah, like you could have had one of those deals going on. Like I think that would have been sick. Animation though, I'm probably an 89. Like really close to cracking 90. And I probably would have cracked 90 if they would have given me more of those like those shots that I was talking about.
All right. Honestly, I think I am gonna crack 90. Which is like I feel that the animation was just as good as the first one. The sailing looked a lot cooler. So I think I'm just gonna be just like 2 points above you at 91.
Fair. All right, next we got music. This is a tough one.
It is because me and Caleb were talking about this before we started. Me personally, I don't think it's as strong or maybe the songs aren't as catchy as the original.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think overall quality goes to this soundtrack.
Yeah.
But the first one has more bangers.
It does, which it's crazy that I saw that the songwriters, or at least some of the songwriters from the first one actually came back for the songs for this one.
It shows.
Yeah, but definitely this movie missed Lin-Manuel Miranda. It was definitely missing him a little bit. Not me like knocking the soundtrack hardcore. Like the songs in here are good, but unfortunately there isn't one that is as strong as How Far I'll Go. And so it's unfortunate that Lin-Manuel Miranda had gotten signed on for Mufasa, The Lion King, to write the music for that before they decided to make Moana 2 into an actual sequel instead of the Disney Plus series. So he was already working on that, and so he couldn't come back for Moana 2. But I'm glad that some of the songwriters came back, and I feel for what they set out to do, I still do think that they did a really good job with the soundtrack. There are still some catchy songs. All the songs make sense, and yeah, I still think it's a good soundtrack.
Yeah, I agree. I think with like what was holding Moana back from being like a 10 out of 10. Actually, I don't even know. Did we grade Moana?
I don't think we did. And there went Caleb. Oh, hey, there he is.
Don't know what happened there. Yeah. Dude, that is so yeah, Moana came out in 2016. So
Yeah.
we started the podcast in 2017. So we just missed Moana.
Darn.
Yeah. Like this is what I'll say. I think the one thing that was keeping Moana from being a 10 out of 10 was the Shiny song.
Absolutely. 100% agree.
Like that song was bad enough to bring down an otherwise killer soundtrack down a point.
So it feels so out of place.
It does. It
Like
so does. Dude, I had a minor like oh no moment when that character came back in the mid-credit scene. I was like, "Oh shit."
Not you again.
God damn it, cuz he was like he made a joke about having a song and I'm like, "No!"
Oh.
Yeah, but listen, if cut that song from Moana, 10 out of 10 soundtrack.
Absolutely.
With this one, this was missing the banger.
Yes.
This just needed one solid banger to push it to a 10. I am at a 9 with this one.
I don't know if I can be on the same level as you. I think I'm at an 8.
You're at an 8?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, I didn't think I was going to be harsher on the soundtrack than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I know that you enjoyed this song. I'm going through this soundtrack in my brain. I don't this might have had the same effect. I'm actually going to go down to 8 as well.
All right.
Because of the new Maui song. The Maui song did not do it for me, dude.
I find it
for
so
one,
funny.
I couldn't even understand what he was saying most of the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe that's just my shitty hearing, but I couldn't
Dude,
understand.
no, I don't know about you recently, but every single time that I go to the movie theater now, I have to like make sure that I am laser focused so I can catch every single line that characters say now. Because yeah, my hearing is like gone to shit. And I really wish that you could have subtitles in movie theaters.
Oh man. Apparently you can. Like some theaters have closed caption machines that you like put in your cup holder and it like
That's awesome, and I would love to get that, but I don't want to like take that away from someone that actually needs it. That is
Yeah, I know. That's the shitty part.
Yeah, I'm just I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a dick and do that. So
yeah,
so
but
I will
I feel you. I
it.
have to be laser focused as well. Like so
'Cause, like,
much
some of
so, like taking a kid to a movie like that is
Yeah.
tough. Because
Like
I'm just
freaking like most of the songs now, especially in like movies like this and Wicked, like thank God that you can listen to the soundtrack on Spotify because it takes me a couple of times with each song to be like, okay, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Okay, all right, I fully understand the song now. Got it.
oh my gosh, dude. There's a song, I shit you not, that I have sung in my car for a solid decade at least. I I accidentally pulled up the lyrics for it one time while I was listening to the song on Spotify and realized that there was a small bit that I've been singing wrong for the past 10 years. I was like, "Oh shit."
All right, do you know the name of the song off the top of your head?
uh yeah. It's a Zach Brown band song.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. I want to say it's this one. Oh, which one is it? Oh, it's this song called Cold Hearted. Let me see where it's not going to show me the damn. Yeah, it's a song called Cold Hearted, and I couldn't like there's a series of words or there's a can't freaking talk. There's a line in one of the verses that says pretty little words covered your dark and crooked heart. I don't know what I was singing. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like I couldn't tell you okay, hold on. I need to play it in my brain real quick. One sec. Oh, okay. I think I was saying petty little worms and like covered at like your dark and crooked heart. And I never understood that. And so I was just like, I always thought that was like a super weird verse, like or weird line. And I'm like, And so yeah, I pulled it up on accident, and it was like doing like the whole karaoke thing where it was showing like line for line. And so that came up, and I looked just to see because I know what like that was something I struggled with. Yeah, goddamn 10 years I've been singing that damn song wrong.
Oh shit.
But yeah, that should just prove that yeah, I need a hearing device at all times. I don't know if that's just like ADHD or what, but Yeah, like if I'm not laser focused, like I miss shit all the time.
Same here.
So yeah, I'll lower it down to an 8. I did really like the song that he was singing at the end when he like went back down to save Moana.
Oh yeah, that was really sweet.
Yeah, like I thought that was super good. I'm like, where was that singing? Frickin' Dwayne?
Yeah, right? Like seriously. Although I don't know about you, maybe it was just me when once he got to her and like held her in his arms and the bubble appeared and was like, oh, Aquaman days. Or yeah, that's immediately what I thought of.
I thought of it too, and then her freaking grandma came in, and I almost started crying. Like I felt that freaking gut punch to the heart, dude. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, great scene.
yeah, so good. All right, next up we got character design. Moana, the first one, that I would probably give a 10 to.
Yeah,
Like they got good silhouettes. They kind of like you know the character you're looking at.
definitely.
And we discussed this with Deadpool. Like you can give a 10 out of 10 to like the first one, but if they don't change the costume all that much for the second, it just kind of brings it down a hair. And I think that's the same case here for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I appreciate that they changed Moana's costume because it looked great.
Yeah. Wasn't too much.
But
Like honestly, if it had been a while between me seeing the first Moana and this one, I probably wouldn't have recognized the costume change.
really,
Yeah.
okay.
Like I think it was just subtle enough because I mean the skirt was basically the same, right?
Yeah, no, the skirt was the
It
same.
was just the top that changed.
Yeah, because now she had like a strap on her was it her left or right shoulder? I think it was her left.
Yeah. And like don't get me wrong, it was good. It was a good costume change and
Yeah,
everything.
no, yeah.
But
I personally liked it better than the first one.
yeah. I just don't think that it was enough to bump me up to a 10. Because hers was really the only one that changed. Everyone else kind of generic shaped Disney characters, I'd say.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
then Maui, exactly the same character
Yeah,
model.
yeah.
So it's still good. Like, don't get me wrong. So I'm a 9 out of 10 on that one.
Yeah, I think I met you there. 9 as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other changes that they made, like other than Pua having a tusk. Like, I think that was the only other change, right?
Wait, I thought that was a different pig.
Huh? No, the big old fat one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was someone else's pig.
Okay. Pooh had
No,
a
but
tusk? I didn't even notice that.
yeah, he had like a single tusk.
I didn't even notice that. Nice catch. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so 9 out of 10 on that one. All right, last up we got personal score. Where are you sitting?
Who's taking it? All right.
I'm gonna hear where you're going from first.
That's true. It's been a while since I've gone first. Like it's been Caleb freaking weeks in a row. No, so after seeing all the reviews and people saying it's just an all right sequel, don't see why it needed to be made. Yeah, no, I disagree. I think this is a good sequel. It's a really good sequel. It expands on the characters how you want it to, has a good story. It's great to see Moana and Maui again. The songs, while not as catchy as the first one, like we pointed out, still a solid soundtrack. And so just the fact that this was originally a Disney Plus series and they decided to turn it into a full-blown sequel, I'm glad they did, because the story was definitely there and it definitely warranted a sequel. And if a Moana 3 does happen, which at this point I feel is inevitable, because not only with the end credit scene of how it sets up that and also how profitable Moana 2 has been, I think it would be dumb if Disney did not, grant a Moana 3. That would just be stupid. Like it's not like people are just like, oh, we don't need a Moana 3. Like I'm sure a lot of people were just like, well, we don't need a Moana 2. And they showcase that, like, yeah, there was nothing wrong with giving you a Moana 2 because it continued the story well. It built on the characters. This is great. I'm glad that we got Moana 2. And so I honestly hope that we get Moana 3. But yeah, no, solid sequel. Happy with what we got. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what the future holds for this series and these characters. So personal score, this is always the hardest.
It does get pretty tough.
It does. You know what? For how much I enjoyed it, I think I'm going to go an 88. Yeah, personal score 88 for Moana 2.
Yeah, spoiler alert, that's exactly what I was giving it too.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Dude, it was so good. Like, it was a lot more enjoyable than I expected it to be. Like you said, I wasn't sure where this movie was going to go, but I was very impressed with the story that they told. Made sense, immediate stakes. Like I think that's what I appreciated most about it, is that this isn't a mission she has to do. Like, her people could still, like, she didn't have to do this mission. She could have just, like, let the village slowly die. Like, it would have happened over a span of time. Like, it could, like, it wasn't a super necessary mission unless she wanted the result, which was the survival of her village over a period of time. So I was really impressed with that. Yeah, I found the soundtrack to be better, excluding the one I've already talked about. The cast was great. The new additions were great. It kept my daughter's attention, which was awesome. She loved it.
It was adorable. My at my screening that I saw, because I saw the 9 o'clock showing. Throughout the movie, a little girl just kept shouting "Moana." It was really adorable. So like it kept her attention, but I think I think it was the same family. The other little girl, I don't think was like, maybe she just had the zoomies or just wasn't that entertained by the movie. But like her dad was having to chase her around the whole theater.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let her run up and down, like, the aisle, as long as the aisle's empty. But yeah, she did good this movie.
Good.
Like, I love that she's picking up context a lot better too.
Yeah.
Like, some of the jokes that I thought would have gone over her head, like, she actually got, which impressed the hell out of me.
That's awesome.
Like, when they were talking about the spears and having like a bunch of backups. That one was so funny because they dropped the one spear and she was like, "Oh no!" and then pulls out another one, and then she's like, "Oh, go, thank goodness!" And then they drop that one, and she's like, "Oh no!" Like, she did it like all the time, and then when they were just like, "Yeah, well, 4 just seems excessive," and I started laughing.
It's such a good joke.
Yeah, it's so funny, and yeah, like, I had a great time with this. Like, it was fun, like, watching my daughter experience it for the first time and everything. It was a great time, like, super fun. So that's why I'm giving it an 88.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, with that wraps up this week's breakdown. So going through these scores real quick, starting off with story, we are sitting at a 90.5. Writing took a little bit of a dive, sitting at an 87.5. Acting is slightly below that, sitting at an 87. Character development is our lowest category, sitting at a 79. The effect or the animation is sitting at a 90. Music is sitting at an 8 out of 10. Character design is sitting at a 9 out of 10. and then our personal score ended up averaging out to an 88. So with that, the final All Bros letter grade for Moana 2 has come out to a B+.
Not bad.
Definitely not bad. Yeah, very very happy with that one.
Yeah, definitely.
It is currently sitting at an 87.12%. So our cutoff for a B is between an 86% and an 89%. So this one's sitting like right in the middle at an 87.
Okay. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. So like I said, that gives it a B+. So that will put it, and just so you know, all of these margins are redonkulously close. Like the difference between, like, I'm gonna say like 5 movies above, 5 movies below, like I usually do. The difference between 5 movies above, so 87.12, 5 movies above is not even a half a percentage.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, like going 5 above, so 87.12 to 87.5. So that's 0.4 difference. And then it's the
Wow.
same, or going down, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0.3. Yeah, like ridiculous. Actually, 0.2 if I'm doing my math correctly. Like that's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyone that wants to
Jeez.
bitch and complain about this ranking, know that the percentages are so insignificantly small. Yeah, like that's usually what happens when it's a B+. So fight us. All right, this is currently sitting below the Willoughbys.
Okay.
It is sitting below Elemental.
Okay.
It is below Detective Pikachu.
Damn, I didn't know we gave it that high.
Dude, I rewatched that not too long ago. Freaking love that movie.
Yeah, it still holds up.
It still holds up. It's so fun.
Okay. All right.
It is below Freaky,
Okay.
and then it is below How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then go in the opposite direction. It is above Halloween, 1978.
Bullshit.
Feeling. It is above The Iron Claw.
Okay, wow. All right. Not gonna argue.
Yeah. It is above Poor Things.
Okay.
It is above In the Heights.
All right.
And it is above Frozen 2.
Wow. Okay. Not bad.
Yeah, right? So I think it has a pretty decent home.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, unless you got anything else to add.
No, got nothing.
All right. Well, that would wrap up this week's breakdown. Yeah. So next week, we will be breaking down the Sony movie that I don't think either of us have super high hopes for again.
No, and apparently it's supposed to be the last, at least for a while.
Good.
They're gonna try to more so focus on just Spider-Man. They're not killing it this universe, but yeah, for how little financial return they've gotten, Sony's decided to.
Yeah, shocker.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Sony's decided to take a break from non-Spider-Man related Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. Hey, you think these movies about Spider-Man's villains aren't doing well because, I don't know, maybe you're not including the goddamn superhero?
Exactly.
It's not hard. Like, just
No.
sure, you can focus on the villain for a good, like, I'd say a solid 80% of this movie. Like, give us a reason why Spider-Man is the asshole, and then have Spider-Man come in and whoop his ass.
Yep. See, there we go.
Anyway, completely different tangent. But yeah, so you guys can look forward to that next week. If you like this episode, want to check out more of our stuff, be sure to follow and subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are damn near everywhere. We are also on all social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter. We don't post on Twitter ever. We're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. Just search at the All Bros. And yeah, like I said, next week we'll be breaking down Kraven the Hunter, and that should be a fun episode.
So much fun.
Yeah. But until then, this has been the All Bros podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we will catch you guys next week. Deuces.
See ya.